Hello, everyone. This is Paulette Ms. Music Jackson coming your way with another episode of My Perspective. I haven't done one maybe it's been a month. Not sure, but I wanted to talk about today protecting your brand, and this is probably believe specific to artists. Excuse me, whether you're a singer, songwriter, producer, photographer, so on and so forth. So it's kind of geared towards the arts. But anybody can, any creative being that is your livelihood, that is your business, can certainly take this information and advice. And I'm not going to claim, excuse me, my throat. I'm not going to claim to be an expert, but I'm speaking from experience. And especially in the day of age, last, 20 years or so of social media, we tend to want to, some of us that are creative beings, arts and entertainment world, want to share. We have things going on that we want to announce, that we want to share with our followers and so on and so forth. Excuse me. But with that, you have to be very careful. Even if you're not sharing on social media, you just have to always protect your work, always protect your brand. And for me personally, I have been writing song lyrics since I was 11, 12 years old. Seriously. Probably before that. And kept notebooks and notebooks and notebooks of them. But when you're that young and you're that focused on and you know what you want to do and writing and all that, your thing is, who am I going to get to sing it if I don't sing it myself or whatever. But what I'm trying to get to is that from a very early age, this musician that lived in my neighborhood at the time, and mind you, I was probably 13, 14 years old then. I wrote this song, and I showed it to this particular person, and they liked the lyrics. And we were supposed to be working together on this to try to get the music down and so on and so forth. But what ended up happening, and this person took my song for the most part, and they kind of told me some fibs, all that kind of stuff. But again, I was just so excited that someone wanted to work with me as a teenager, and this is a adult musician, supposed to be professional, supposed to be whatever, and they ended up taking my song. So I told my late brother Michael about it. He was like, yeah, from now on, don't show anybody your stuff but me, kind of thing, and we'll work on it together, kind of thing. And that's where I learned about. I knew about it, but again, I'm a kid. I'm like, I just want somebody, to work on my stuff. So from that point, excuse me, that's why I learned from my brother about copywriting. And so from that point, I said, okay, anything else I do, if I'm not working with him on it, and we're not, collaborating together, and excuse me, get to a point where we're copywriting all this stuff, I'm not going to show anybody anymore. I'm not going to go through that again. So just kind of going fast forward to today, I'm a published author, and the publishing company that I'm with, they do all the copyrights and all that kind of stuff. But with that, I don't always want to rely on someone else doing their part of protecting my brand, my work. So I copyright my own stories, my own stuff that I've written, whether it be my book, whether it be songs, whatever. I have to protect myself, and I have ways, because there's like I don't want to say shortcuts, but there's ways that you can copyright while you're in the midst of doing your work, and when you finish a piece, and then you go into the big scope of it. But I urge all of you to, songwriters especially, authors, copyright your stuff and do it on your own. And again, there's other ways to kind of copyright and stamp your work. And just lately, as the different projects and stuff that I've been involved in, I know that, I know the business part of it. And so I've been very careful about protecting everything that I do, from my shows to the books, and the song I just wrote that I partnered with a brilliant composer on. So we will make sure all that's protected. And so, again, any work that you do, protect your brand. Whether that means copywriting, whether that means whatever it means, just protect everything that you do. That's the best advice I can give you. And also, too, part 2 of this I want to talk about investing in your brand. So many of us, especially artists, we try to do things on our own, and it's okay if you really know what you're doing. And it's okay to learn as you're going. It's okay to do that, whether you're designing a logo or putting out pictures of yourself for promotional reasons, so on and so forth. But sometimes we try to cut corners. Sometimes it's not always feasible, So we have to, and I'm speaking to myself too, you have to invest in your brand. You have to put money back into your craft, into your art. Whether that's upgrading your microphone, or upgrading recording equipment, or upgrading your graphic design apps or whatever you use. We have to invest. We have to be willing to put in the money. Whether that's working with producers or whatever on a project, we have to not be so afraid and so unwilling to invest in our own selves, in our brand. Have to. You have to put money back in sometimes to get the best results that you want, to promote yourself, to promote what it is you say you do, and whatever that looks like, whatever that is. And for me, I guess what made me want to talk about this is that I have been procrastinating, just gonna put it out there, about buying a new microphone. I had one that I started off with. It has to be well over 20, but maybe close to 20 years. I can't believe it. No, I'm sorry. About over 10 years I've had it. And I said, no, I need to upgrade. But I needed one that was that I can travel with, that I can do voiceovers, that I can do whatever that I need to do. And that's going to be compatible with most of the devices I have. And I put back and forth, whether I was going to get this microphone. I said, you know what? If you can spend X amount of dollars on a pair of shoes, or you can spend X amount of dollars on whatever, you can also spend that money or more putting into your brand. Help promoting and help making what you're doing better. And so I broke down and bought the mic. And I'm glad I did, because I have some things coming up that I'm going to need it for. So I'm very happy about that. I'm glad I did that, because, again, sometimes you have to have those conversations with yourself. Like, look, if I can spend the money on this and this and this and that, which most of the time is not the stuff we really need, you could put that same money or save for something that you want to enhance your works. Put that same money that you would a pair of shoes or outfit or dinner or whatever, put that same money towards building your brand. We have to be willing to invest in ourselves, in our brands, in our work, to make it better, to help it grow. And that's money for advertising, promotion. Have to be willing to spend the money if you want to put yourself out there, if you want to grow as a brand, right? So I urge all artists out there. I know things have changed right now. The world looks different. It feels different. Everything's different, Everything has shifted and turned and topsy-turvy, so I get it. But if you are at all blessed right now at this stage to still Be creative. To still sing, to still record, to still write, to still do graphic design or photography. Think about the things that you're going to need in order to enhance your brand, in order to maybe add new services, you know, provide some services that maybe you weren't thinking about before, especially during this pandemic. We have to I know I've had to kind of sit down and reevaluate doing some other things in order to generate and still be creative, you know, still have that creativity. What else can I do to add to my brand to generate clients, to generate some other source of income, to generate more creativity to add to my resume? What can I do? And I'm talking about my artistic resume. What else can I do? What can I buy? What can I learn? What do I need to do in order to enhance that, to grow my brand in this day and age? Have to be willing to invest in it though. Do your research, absolutely. Don't just settle on one or two. Do your research and find out what's best for you and whatever it is that you're trying to do and try to grow. And again, this is kind of particularly geared toward all my artistic people out there, but it certainly can be used and utilized for other things too in the business world. But invest in your brand. Invest, invest, invest. Do not be afraid to invest in your brand. And if you need to save every week so much money to get to the point that, or to that next project or that equipment that you need, or whatever it is, make the sacrifice and do that too. Yes, it's hard. It's not easy. But if you really want it, I had to do it. I had to do it. And I'm glad I did, because I have some things coming up that I really need this microphone for. So don't be afraid to do it. Just do it. You'll feel better. I'm telling you, you'll feel better once you do it. So my 2 points today on my perspective, and this is from where I sit, my experiences: protect your brand at all costs, whatever it is. If it's in print, if it's in song, if it's in whatever it is, protect it. Protect it, protect it, protect it. And also invest, reinvest in your brand, whatever that is. Whatever that is. You need promotions, you want to do advertising, you want to do upgrade your recording equipment, your photography equipment, graphic design equipment, or apps, or whatever it is. If you have to spend the money, don't be afraid. If you're blessed to do so, if you are blessed to do so, then I urge all of you to do that. Again, I'm talking to myself too, because I had to do it. You know, I didn't want to, necessarily give that money. But again, I had to have that conversation. Look, you didn't spend this kind of money on this, or you spent that money on that. Why can't you spend that money to invest in building your brand, to making it better? I couldn't even ask myself back with the logic answer. It's like, okay, well, you can't come back with a logic answer, so I guess you'll be purchasing that microphone. And I did. And so I urge all of you to do the same. Whatever that looks like for you, whatever that is, invest and protect in your brand. All right, everyone. I hope this was helpful to all of you. I'm sure a lot of you know that, but just really iterating to maybe some younger artists out there, younger creatives out there. Learn your craft. Protect it at all costs. Protect it, and invest in it. Don't be afraid to invest in it. Whether that means pictures, may mean a photo shoot. Again, I just did that, a photo shoot. That's part of the investment. That's invested in my brand to make it better and to be seen, to make it fresh, and some other things I'm involved in. So I needed to spend the money, and I gladly did so for a photo shoot. Things like that. That's what I'm talking about. That's all part of my brand. So don't be afraid to do it. Invest, protect, and learn. All right, everyone. I miss music. This is my perspective, and I will be back with you guys probably within the next few weeks or next month with another episode of My Perspective. You guys have a fantastic evening, and I'll be talking to you very soon. Bye.